Hello, and welcome to the Engage Bootcamp training series. My name is Courtney Lakaitis. I'm the program manager to student organizations in the Office for Student Involvement and Leadership. And today I'm going to show you how to track attendance for your campus department events. The first thing you'll want to do is log on to Engage by going to write.edu/engage and using your W number credentials to log on. Once you've done that, you'll be brought here to the homepage and you will click on the hamburger menu icon in the upper left-hand corner. Just as a reminder, everyone has the same menu options at the very top, but your permissions will be based off of what you are involved in different campus departments or student organizations, and they will show up here under My Organizations. For today's training, I'm going to go over an event that we have that is housed within Student Involvement and Leadership, and I'm going to click on the gear icon. If you do not see the gear icon, please send me an email and I will set you up for success to make sure that you can actually see it. So once you click on that icon, you will see the Organization Tools menu, and you'll go ahead and click on the Events option. Now remember from our last training, and if you haven't seen our last training, it was the event submission training, and I highly recommend. It is a longer training, so I would give yourself some time to review it as you're going through the process of submitting the event. But in that training, I shared that all of your approved events are going to show up here on your event list, like your manage events page. So for the sake of today's training, we're going to go over how to track attendance for a specific event that has been approved. So I'm going to click on this Engage Bootcamp roster event that we're going to have on July 11th. Let's pretend for 20 seconds that July 11th is here and today is the day, and we want to track attendance. There are going to be 6 different ways that you can track attendance, and I'm going to show them all to you. I'm also going to provide additional resources to you for that are on Engage about some of the tools that I talk about. So if you are like, hey, I need a refresher on the app or how to get the access code or anything like that, I'll have that available to you, and I can also send it to you via email. So the first section here that we're going to look at is the overall event attendance, okay? So if you want to track attendance, meaning that you are at a current event, and let's say that you have your laptop or an iPad there, and you want people to sign into the event, you're going to click on track attendance, and you're going to click add attendance. Within this option, there are 3 different ways that you can track your attendance. You can do an invitation, which you'll see that Marianne has added herself to say that she's going to come. So in the sense that today is, July 11th, I can mark her as attended, or I could say that she's absent. Or you can have everybody put in their own emails. So you can put in the email for all the students that have attended, put in however many you need. You can submit up to 500 emails at one time. They do have to be on a 1 line per email. And then once you've had all of those emails, you'll go ahead and click add. So here's what it looks like. Whoops. Okay, so I've added these 3 people to the event because they were in attendance, and I'm going to click add. I'm not actually going to click add because it's June 19th. But anyways, you get the point. So you'll click add. You also could say, let's say that you had a list of RSVPs and you know that they're going to be absent. You can also change the status to absent, excused, or not applicable. So however that means to you, you'll go ahead and click add. Once you do that, it will show up on the invitations of who all has attended and who all has been marked. Another option you have is to do the file upload. So let's say that you have a running list of people who you who've shared their emails on like a Word doc or a spreadsheet or something like that. You can go ahead and upload the file as a CSV format, and you can upload their email addresses and submit that file via this option if you would like. Again, it has the attendant absence excuse not applicable. So however that works for you, go ahead and do that. And if you also have if you have a Zoom or like a online meeting or event or anything like that, you can click the Zoom option. I've never done the Zoom option, so I would use caution with this. Also, they don't recognize WebEx, and so that's also something to consider whenever you're doing a file upload. Okay, so there are 3 of our options. One of our other options is to use a card swiper. We do have card swipers in our office. You are welcome to use them. I find them confusing and frustrating because the card swiper that it will read a series of numbers, that essentially is like your library card number. It's not associated to your UID, your W number, or anything else. So I know that it is an option. I just don't recommend it. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 options so far. Let's do 5 and 6. 5 is going to be our access code. This is my favorite thing in the whole wide world because your access code is associated with the Quark app and with the event check-in app. So let me go to my Canva site here and show you what that looks like because I have a handout that I can give you and I can show you this way and it's a lot easier. Okay, so you may have heard of the Quark app. Quark is an extension of Engage, where Engage is where you download the you manage your profile and you manage all the things. You're submitting your events, you're updating your roster, you're doing your about, all that good stuff. Quark is an app for your phone that is fed information from Engage. There are 3 things that you can do with the Quark app. You can get your event pass, which I'll show you how to do on this slide. You can search events and you can search organizations. That's all. You cannot manage your profile. You cannot edit your events. You cannot get your event access code, nothing like that. You can only get your event pass, check out the events, and check out the organizations. So if you go on to your App Store and you download the Quark app, you will be asked to find Wright State University and log in with your W number credentials. By going to, let me enlarge this for you. By going to the menu, there's like a little orange less than symbol in the corner. You will click on that and it will take you to the homepage here of Quark. You'll click on Event Pass. You will then see your specific event pass. So this is specific to your profile. You will be given your own QR code that is good for as long as you are at the university. And you can download that to your Apple or to your Android wallet. So you can have your event pass with you at all times. What your event pass allows you to do is to check into events that people are using the event check-in app. And I'll explain what that is in a little bit. It is very similar to you going on a plane and having them scan your boarding pass, which is on your wallet on your phone. So it's a very similar process. So know that with Quark, you can download it, you can get your event check-in app, or your pass, you can search your organizations, and you can search your events. That is all of Quark. Okay. So then if we go back here and we go to the event check-in app, you will see here this additional app. This is associated with your access code, okay? So the access code for this specific event is XDPA969. When you download the event check-in app, there will be a section of the app that asks you to insert your event check-in app, or your code, your access code. So I would put in XDP blah, 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 66, whatever the heck it was. And then whenever you click start session, it will show you the event that you're hosting. So you'll always want to make sure that the date, time, and location and the event is exactly what you just put in, because if you messed up a little mark, you'll have to put in the correct access code. So once you have that set to go, you can click start scanning, and your phone will turn into the camera mode for you to start checking in students or faculty or staff event check-in app. Sorry, their event pass. You're using the event check-in app to check in their event pass. So once you check their app in, you'll be able to see that their name appears, and you'll click check-in, and you'll see the green button here at the top, or like the banner at the top of their information, and they are good to go. Note that on this little phone here, you'll see that it says no pass. If you are at an event and the student or participant doesn't have a pass, you can click no pass and enter their email address. It will find them in the system, and you can select that. It also allows you to check in guest. So people who are not Wright State affiliated, you can check in their information. A great example would be like Chosen Family Feast with the LGBTQ Center. Let's say that our student is a Wright State student and they check in with their app, but their chosen family who is attending the event with them, they are not Wright State affiliated, so we can just put in their information, and we'll be able to collect their emails from there. Another option you have with this is under the attendance button, you can see the list of attendance, and you can check students in and out. The example that I give is, let's say that you are providing a 5-hour community service event for your department or for a specific organization. Students are required to complete at least 3 hours of that community service project. You can check them in and then check them out once they've completed at least 3 hours of it, or if they wanted to complete all 5 hours, that's totally fine. So this is your event check-in app. I have this resource available on Engage, and I can also share it with you in other avenues and other platforms. So just know that this exists as an option as well. Okay. The last option that we have here is the event QR code. And the QR code is generated as soon as your event is approved, and Engage creates it for you. So you don't even have to go into, QR code generator or Canva or anything like that. It just automatically does it for you. By clicking on it, you can then click on the image and click copy image, and then you can put it into any Word doc or PDF or whatever you need to do with it, print it off, all that good stuff. And then just like any other QR code, people will scan their QR code. They might have to put in their information, so sometimes it takes a little bit longer because they actually have to put their information into the app or like into the web browser. But there will be a banner that shows up along the bottom of the page that says you are checked in for this event. It doesn't give them any bells and whistles. It does not give them like this pop-up or anything like that. It's a quiet banner that happens along the bottom of the page. I did check into an event using a QR code one time, and my phone had Face ID recognition, so it took literally 3 seconds for me to check in. So in the case that students are complaining that they don't want to scan a QR code and check in, just tell them it takes 3 seconds. So, and that's easy. The last thing here, which this is still an option, but not one of the primary options, this event or attendance URL is something that you could copy and paste into a list of students. So if you had chosen the option of allowing anybody to self-report and you sent this out to a number of people to check in, they can check in for 72 hours after the event ends to get their credit for their event. So there's a lot of great ways to track attendance. My top choices would be the text entry, the event check-in app, and the QR code. So there's tons of resources and information available, and I can send you, if you have additional questions or if you need a little bit more one-on-one time with this, I'm happy to help you out with that. But then once you get all of your information, you can also go into your RSVPs and invitations here, and you can export all of your information for people who said yes, people who said no, or did not have a response or anything like that. and Engage is very helpful in some of those ways to pull the reports. So I hope this was super helpful to you, and I hope that it's useful to you throughout the academic year. If you have any questions at all, please send me an email and I will help you out. And if I don't hear from you for additional assistance, I hope to see you in our next Engage Bootcamp event, either in person or online. So we'll talk to you later. Have a good day.